Sony X3 has a Sony E lens mount, and currently there are 122 native lenses available for this mount. Sony X3 doesn't have a sensor-based image stabilization system, but 30 of these lenses already comes with optical image stabilization. Since Sony X3 has an APS-C sensor, it has a focal length multiplier of 1.5 times, so you have to multiply lens's original focal length with this multiplier to find the full frame equivalent focal length of the lens when mounted on X3. Number 3. Sony E10 to 18mm f4 OS. Sony E10 to 18mm f4 OS is an autofocus (AF) wide-angle zoom lens with APS-C DX Max sensor coverage, and it is designed to be used with Sony E-mount lenses. Sony E10 to 18mm f4 OS is compatible with cameras that have Sony E-lens mount. Max sensor coverage of Sony E10 to 18mm f4 OS is APS-C DX. Sony E10 to 18mm f4 OS has a focal range of 10 to 18mm and 1.8x zoom ratio. When mounted on a APS-C DX format camera, it provides an 35mm French francs equivalent of 1527 mm. Sony E10 to 18mm f4 OS features an optical image stabilization system which helps to reduce the blur that occurs due to shaking during handheld shooting. Number 2. Sony Fe 50mm f1.8. Sony Fe. Sony Fe 50mm f1.8 is an autofocus AF standard prime lens with 35mm French francs max sensor coverage, and it is designed to be used with Sony Fe mount lenses. Sony Fe 50mm f1.8 is compatible with cameras that have Sony Fe lens mount. Max sensor coverage of Sony Fe 50mm f1.8 is 35mm French francs. Sony Fe 50mm f1.8 has a fixed focal length of 50mm. When mounted on a 35mm French francs format camera, it provides an 35mm French francs equivalent of 50mm. Number 1. Sony Fe 24 to 70mm f4's AOS Carl Zeiss Vario Tesser T. Sony Fe. Sony Fe 24 to 70mm f4's AOS CZ is an autofocus AF standard zoom lens with 35mm French francs max sensor coverage, and it is designed to be used with Sony Fe mount lenses. Sony Fe 24 to 70mm f4's AOS CZ is compatible with cameras that have Sony Fe lens mount. Max sensor coverage of Sony Fe 24 to 70mm f4's AOS CZ is 35mm French francs. Sony Fe 24 to 70mm f4's AOS CZ has a focal range of 24 to 70mm and 2.9x zoom ratio. Sony Fe 24 to 70mm f4's AOS CZ features an optical image stabilization system, which helps to reduce the blur that occurs due to shaking during handheld shooting.